Member and community development worker was shot dead in uMzimkhulu's Harry Gwala region in KwaZulu-Natal on Saturday. It is believed the assailants entered the victim's home and shot him in front of his wife and children. ENC's Siphamandla Goge is joining us now again. He's been up and about in uMzimkhulu this morning. Siphamandla, an hour ago, so you interviewed the son of Nkosi Matlakana, who was shot dead on Saturday, and his brother at their home. Getting a sense from the family, they are really devastated and bewildered by what could have led to his killing.
Well, they are devastated, but at the moment they do not want to speculate, because I think the story gets complicated because the deceased is the former ANC branch secretary in Ward 12. But he was no longer active in politics. He was working as a community development worker in the area. I think the family says he was last active around about 2006 or 7 or so. So the family says they are shocked. They can't speculate at the moment, but they do believe that his assassination was well planned, because 3 attackers entered the home, they asked for him, and then they gunned him down assassination style. Of course, he has been described by those who have worked with him as a loyal and a dedicated community development worker. Right now we are joined by the secretary of the ANC in uMzimkhulu sub-region, Ubaba Mzolisi Ndobe. Baba, thank you very much for your time. First of all, let's get your reaction as the leadership in this sub-region. What do you think could have been the motive for your member to be killed?
Oh, thank you very much. Firstly, let's thank this opportunity that we are being afforded to make a comment around this issue of untimely death of Mr. Matlakane. As the community, we are deeply saddened about this. And now, as Mr. Matlakane is was a committed member of our community, and a person who had no anything with any person, by the way, now it's not easy for us to make a conclusion and speculate on what was the motive behind on his assassination, because politically Mr. Matlakane was once an ANC Secretary, but he was no longer active in the politics now, but very active in working for the community under KZN as the community development worker. So now, as the community and the leader of the African National Congress in the sub-region, we cannot say exactly what could be the motive behind.
Okay, but that work that he was doing as a community development worker entailed working with politicians. He was a politician, of course. He had to relinquish that political office. You are the local councillor. You worked with him a lot. I mean, please share with us how you worked with him.
Thank you very much. We worked very well with Mr. Matlakane as a community development worker. He was very committed to his work. As a matter of fact, currently there was a project that is running under agriculture. He was the one who was very active. We're moving across all the villages in the ward, in the community meeting, in trying to establish this program of agriculture. So we're working very well, even in terms of the ward committee. He was sitting in all the meetings of the ward committee. In terms of the Sukuma Sake, the war room, he was there as the champion in the war room. So he was very assisting and very knowledgeable in terms of all the activities that entitles the government.
You must be concerned, though, because many politicians and members of political parties have been killed in your sub-region, uMzimkhulu.
Yes, we are very much concerned about this political or whatever assassination that is taking place in uMzimkhulu. Seated here as a ward councillor, not myself alone, but all other councillors that are sitting here in uMzimkhulu municipalities and Harry Gwala across. We are not happy, we are scared as we are seated here, but we know that and understand that it is not possible for every one of us to be secure, to be provided with the security, because we need to ensure that we push the service delivery. So what I can say that it is very scary to live in this region because of these political killings or whatever killings, because from last year we lost many lives, our leaders politically and generally. So we can say that it is very sad. It is very sad indeed.
But what is your party, the ANC, doing about it?
I think as the ANC here, we are trying by all means to ensure that people must come to understand that to kill one another is not a solution. We must allow the debates and the contestation of ideas so that we can have a resolution in whatever that we have a problem in. So now, as the ANC, we consult with the upper structures as the sub-region, because we are not a decision-making structure as the sub-region. But what we do, we consult with the region and with the province to try and request them to make some interventions, because you could anticipate, if we are talking about politics, what could be the problems around the politics in our Harry Gwala. So that's why we make recommendations to the upper structures, even the national level, to come down and deal with these issues decisively.
Do you think those interventions are working though?
Currently, I cannot say these interventions are working, because there is no clear stance that has been taken by the upper structures in trying to mitigate these challenges. So, but we are hoping that as we are moving forward, because our leadership is not sitting down timelessly. 2 weeks back, there was Jesse Duarte, the Deputy General Secretary. I think that was the resolution of the NEC to make a delegation to come down to KZN and to deal with these issues decisively. So, but we cannot judge the leadership, the upper structure, that they are not doing anything. They are trying to consult, because timelessly there are regional meetings with the NECs, PECs, and so on. So they are trying.
Another concern that has been raised by many people is the issue of security forces, rather, or law enforcement agencies not doing enough to crack cases of people who kill politicians. But anyway, we'll get back on that one later on, because time is not on our side. Of course, we'll be keeping tabs on this story. We'll have more interviews as time continues. With that, it's back to you in Johannesburg.